We sell Dixie Belle paint and Country Chic paint in our store. And the reason why is I've tried both. I've tried many over the last 20 years, and these two are my go-tos. Now, there's a lot of reasons why they're very similar, and there's a lot of reasons why they're a little bit different. I will start by reaching over here and showing the Country Chic comes in 32 ounces, 16 ounces, and 4 ounces. Dixie Belle paint, this is Country Chic, comes in 32 ounces, 16 ounces, and 8 ounces. So the only difference is the small size. 4 ounces in Country Chic, 8 ounces, double the size in Dixie Belle. And so this is 32 ounces of Country Chic. This is 32 ounces of Dixie Belle. These are both the 16 ounce Country Chic. This is Dixie Belle. And here is the 4 ounce, the smallest one you can get in Country Chic of the smallest size, and 8 ounces in Dixie Belle, which is double this size. So that's that. The prices are very similar, within $2 of each other in each size. That being the 4 ounce of Country Chic and the 8 ounce Dixie Belle is a little least expensive buying 8 ounce. So that's true with anything. When you buy a little bit more, you get a little bit discount per ounce. Same with groceries. So that's why this one's a little bit more smaller. But you can try out different colors without putting a lot of money into it. So you get to try it's almost like a sample size, basically, is what they say on their website. Sample size. So I would definitely say, if you're getting into painting, that choose a color you like. Regardless, like, I know they come in different names, but like, if you like pinks, go with the pinks. If you like blues, go with the blues. If you like neutrals, go with the neutrals. The other difference I will say between the two is Country Chic tends to be thinner. It's clay based, which makes me think that it would seem like it's thicker, and Dixie Belle is chalk mineral based. Dixie Belle is thicker, so thinner Country Chic, thicker Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle doesn't drip very often at all because it's thicker. I tend to use the water mister. You'll see in a lot of my videos with Dixie Belle, because I can make it go further. I can make it a little bit less thick and a little bit thinner, and it blends real well by using the water mister. I use it almost every time that I use Dixie Belle. So if you're ordering Dixie Belle, you definitely want an artist mister. We sell these. I think they're $12.50. Some have black tops, some have red tops. The top doesn't matter. It's just what color they did at that time with that pressing. With Vintage Cupcake, which is with Country Chic, I never ever, I shouldn't say never ever, I hardly ever use this because it's thin enough already. It already kind of is watered down. So with this, I tend to, Country Chic, take the top off before I start a project, and for about 10 to 15 minutes, kind of let it goop up. Let it get a little bit thicker by just adding air to it, and let it set there. So that's the other reason. I feel that Country Chic, compared to Dixie Belle, has some colors that are my personal choice, meaning like the Vintage Cupcake in Country Chic compared to the soft pink in Dixie Belle. Very similar, but for some reason, the hue of the Vintage Cupcake in Country Chic is I love it better. But I can also add a little bit of peony or a little bit of a different color to my soft pink in Dixie Belle and make it a custom color. So again, you can change up your colors by just adding darks or whites to any of these. So again, it's just a matter of choice. Country Chic made in Canada, Dixie Belle created in America. That's another choice. They both have clear coats, which are like sealers, top coats. Country Chic only makes one. It's called Tough Coat. And it comes in 16 ounces and I think the 32 ounce. Dixie Belle makes clear coats as well. So this is called Tough Coat. Dixie Belle is called Clear Coat. Dixie Belle also comes in 16 ounces and 32 ounces clear coat. The difference being, Country Chic comes in Tough Coat. It's a little bit of a sheen to it, Whereas Dixie Belle, you have the choice of 3. You have flat, which is just a matte. There's no sheen. There's satin, which is a light sheen. And then there's glossy. It's a really, really glossy sheen. So there's 3 options in Dixie Belle as far as sheen, whereas Country Chic only comes in 1 sheen, which is satin. So there's that. As far as glazes go, I know these are different ones, but Country Chic comes in a clear glaze, and Dixie Belle comes in several different colors. So they both come in glazes that are either clear, so you can tint them with whatever paint you have. They also come, and don't look at the sizes, I didn't have apples to apples this time. They both come in different sizes and different glazes, like dark, white, brown, black. So you have those options. You also can just get the clears and tint them yourself with whatever paint you have on hand. So I like that about their glazes. So again, very similar pricing on all their sizes, very similar. The results, very similar. When it comes to primers, Country Chic has what's called primer, and it is a clear bonding primer. 16 ounces on this one. It comes in a 32 ounce as well. Dixie Belle has 2 primers. Dixie Belle has what's called Slick Stick for shiny, slippery, laminate type things to give your paint a grip. Now they say that all clay and mineral based paints, Country Chic, Dixie Belle, can go on without a primer, which is true. But if you really, really need, like if you're doing it on a glass or something, you know, glass basically, or a very shiny laminate surface, it's very, very slick, it's better to always just go ahead just in case and add primer. So Country Chic, it's called primer. Dixie Belle, it's called Slick Stick. Now Dixie Belle has one other option in their primers, and I do not have that with me. It is called Boss. It stops bleed through of stains. It helps with smells, stains and stuff. So you put that on. So this would be for their primer for just slippery surfaces to give it grab. The other thing called Boss, which I use all the time, it comes in all different sizes, is the primer used to block stains, tannins, smells, all those kind of things. If someone used a magic marker on your piece of furniture that you're painting over, you would put some Boss over it to give it that barrier between paint and the original thing. And again, Country Chic only has a thing called primer. Their primer does not guarantee bleed through. So when it comes to primers, I prefer Dixie Belle, Slick Stick, and Boss. I prefer Dixie Belle's primers. Just because they have more options. If you have Country Chic, their primer works great for some things. It's just that if you want to choose between the two, Dixie Belle does more things with more options. They both, Dixie Belle and Country Chic, have a product called Crackle, and they come in different sizes. They're very close in price, within $1 or $2 each. I don't have the Country Chic one here to show you, but both their Crackles work exactly the same results. I can't figure out one is better than the other. In all the different projects I've done, I've never been able to tell the difference of which one I'm using. So if you like Dixie Belle, get their Crackle. If you like Country Chic, get their Crackle. Both things. They both have waxes. Now I don't, again, have both products in my hand. I have a Dixie Belle one in my hand, but they also, so Country Chic comes in waxes in different sizes. Antique wax, clear wax, which is also tintable by adding a little bit of paint to it and mixing it up, and you can make your wax whatever color you want. Antiquing, black, brown, gray, whitewash, and so does Dixie Belle. Again, same prices pretty much based on size. I don't see much of a difference, except for if I had to choose, I would go with Dixie Belle just over Country Chic, just because I've used it on different things, and for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know if it's the consistency. I don't know if it's just because I don't know. I prefer the Dixie Belle over the Country Chic if I have to choose. Now, if I have Country Chic wax and I don't have Dixie Belle in hand, I'm not going to go, oh, I've got to wait. I would use it and not really notice a difference. So, but if you have to choose, I would choose on that. Country Chic has a beeswax distressing bar made out of pure beeswax from Canada. They say to use this bar that you can order, it's $8.95. It smells like beeswax. It smells really, really nice to me. You can paint and put this bar on a piece and then put a different layer of paint, and when you just stress back with a wet cloth or a damp cloth, the wax keeps the other paint from coming through. Now that can be done on all your projects if you want to distress. You can put, some people use a thin coat of Vaseline. Just put a little bit on your hands, warm it up, and touch your furniture sides and fronts of drawers and places, and then when you put the paint over that and when you come back and wipe gingerly, obviously that Vaseline is a barrier, just like an oil barrier, where this is a wax barrier, so that your paint shows through. So both good products. I also use their Country Chic beeswax to go across drawer slides to make them slide easier, but you can also do that with Dixie Belle's, and of course I don't have it in front of me, Butta. It's called like butter, but Butta, B-U-T-T-A. And they have it in different smells or scents. One is unscented. And you can write that on there. So either one, I either like this or the Dixie Belle Butta. If I had to choose, I would go with the Dixie Belle Butta just because it smells really good. So does this, but you get a little bit more for your price, for the cost. So I don't know what, this is $8.95, and I don't know what the Dixie Belle thing is, but you get a big tub of it, or you can get the littler tub, but it seems to last longer. And if I had to choose, I would use the Dixie Belle Butta, Mama's Butta is what they call it. And then you come to the sponges. These sponges are for applying paint. You can apply the tough coats, the top coats, all that. And basically, this is Country Chic's sponge. And this is Dixie Belle's sponge. Let me see if I can get closer and you can see. I've been using this one. So sorry, it's a little dirty. You can see the difference in the sponge material. You can see the different grabs. This one is actually, this with the grass, this one is actually made to go like this. So I like both. You can see one's a little bit bigger. This is Country Chic. This is Dixie Belle. If I had to choose, would go with the Country Chic one. I happen to just like the way it fits in my hand. I also like that it's a little bit bigger, but when I'm going to smaller detail projects, I would just grab the Dixie Belle. So again, just depends on which one's closest to me as I'm doing a project. I wouldn't cry and go, oh, I wish I had the other, but if I had to choose and I had both in hand, I tend to go for this one quicker because it's bigger, I can do more with it, and I like the grip of it. They both work the same. I think they're both about the same in price, so there you go. One other thing is the top coat. Let's see if I can find it. Tough coat. So when you get done, I know I talked about the clear coats and the top coats earlier. Tough coat, satin top coat, I know they're the same. One other thing, I'm going back. These are the sealers. These are the top coats when you get done. Dixie Belle paint has what's called gator hide. Country Chic does not have this option. Gator hide is the same as the clear top coats that Country Chic and Dixie Belle offers, but gator hide is water repellent and basically helps put on top of tables and stuff that you would have drinks or something sitting on. Now, it's not going to keep, if you sit water on there and let it sit for a week, it's not going to keep it from not making a ring, but it is waterproof, meaning repellent. If you catch, like a kid puts a drink on the table and it's wet, it's okay enough to get through dinner and you'll wipe it off and blah, blah, blah. But gator hide is a more durable protection than the Country Chic tough coat, even though it says tough coat. Gator hide is tougher, it lasts longer, it's more repellent. They both have a satin sheen. So, and that would be, I know it's confusing because Dixie Belle also has clear coat and flat, satin, and gloss. These are all great, but when you want it to be water resistance, tabletops and such, you would want to use the gator hide just to give you that extra thing. You can also use water-based polyacrylic that you can get at any hardware store, which is similar to me to the gator hide. The difference is Dixie Belle gator hide doesn't smell like the polyacrylic water-based you can get at your hardware store. I can use all Dixie Belle and Country Chic paints and products inside my house, no matter what the weather. We're in Tallahassee, Florida. It's super hot and sticky and humid during the summer. It's wet and rainy and mildly cold in the winters. I like to paint inside. I don't have to worry about any smells, any headaches, any nausea, I can't say that word. It doesn't make me sick to smell it, whereas the polyacrylic water-based is so intolerable smell-wise, I have to use it outside. Have to. And have to use several coats of it. Whereas the Gator Hide or the Clear Coat or the Country Chic Tough Coat, all those two work really well. So yes, you can use other products. These have low VOCs or no VOCs in them, both Dixie Belle and Country Chic, so they're both usable indoors. I can use them indoors, no problem. And that's why, even if they're a couple dollars more than polyacrylic, which I don't think they really are when you go to ounce, the fact that I don't get a headache and that smell that permeates everything for days is not there. So it's definitely worth it to go to both of these. So if I had to choose, Dixie Belle would be my #1 go-to over Country Chic, but only for a small few reasons. And when it comes to color choice, Country Chic actually has colors that I love and adore and I think are amazing. So whereas Dixie Belle has 64 colors too, they both have about the same number of colors. There's just something about the Country Chic colors and the pinks and some of their blues that are coastal, which is popular here in Tallahassee and Florida and coastal, so coastal furniture as well. There's some blues and such that I love in Country Chic. So if Dixie Belle made it in those colors, I would just stick with Dixie Belle because it's thicker. It doesn't drip as much as Country Chic. Country Chic is thinner, so it drips a little bit. But there you go. They both distress very well. They both dry very, very well, and they both don't smell, so they're both about the same price. So there you have it. It's just a matter of preference, what you prefer, and the color choice you need at the time. So if I had to choose, again, Dixie Belle would be 1, Country Chic would be #2. That's just my choice. There's also DIY paint, Debbie's Design Diary. There's also Heirloom. There's also Waverly chalk paint, Rustoleum chalk paint. There is also, or clay-based paints, these all kind of get interchanged. All those to me come after Dixie Belle and Country Chic. Debbie's Design Diary clay-based paint is from California. I have tried it. I love it. So I would say DIY paint by Debbie's Design Diary would be 3rd in line for me if I had to choose. So just in case you were wondering. And Heirloom and Rustoleum, Waverly, those were great when I first tried them, but until I get to Dixie Belle and Country Chic, I was like, wow. And Debbie's Design Diary, I do like her. And you should check out her website, Debbie's Design Diary, DIY paints. And she would be 3rd in line, close with Country Chic. So again, Dixie Belle paint, Country Chic paint, then DIY. So those are just my personal opinions of being painting right up here on going on 20 years now. Just in a couple weeks, we'll be at our 20-year anniversary. We appreciate your support. We do sell Country Chic and we sell Dixie Belle paint. And we appreciate you supporting us by shopping with us on Etsy and eBay. We also sell Redesign with Prima transfers. Why? Because we love them. We also sell IOD, Iron Orchid Design transfers. Why? Because we love them. They're both very similar. Different reasons I like them. You cannot go wrong with either one of those companies. It just depends on what particular design you prefer at the time. So there you have it. Let us know if you have any questions. If you need any of these products, you can email me at theothersidevintage@gmail.com or find me on eBay or Etsy. My name is Zan. We're family owned and operated, and we appreciate your business. Thank you for purchasing some paints from us, Cynthia from Melbourne, Florida. Your package is going to be on its way this Friday on the 31st, coming from Tallahassee to Melbourne, Florida to Florida. Enjoy.